Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for a focused effort from all stakeholders in order to achieve the target of $5 trillion economy in India, interacting with various senior economists, venture capitalists, business leaders from different sectors. PM expresses happiness that the discussion has brought to forefront the experience of people on the ground and those working in their respective fields. 15 heads of missions based in New Delhi visiting the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Envoys hold discussion with political leaders from Jammu and Kashmir and Indian Army officials. Ministry of External Affairs says the visit organized by the government on request of envoys is to highlight normalcy in Kashmir. Army Chief General MM Narawane visits Siachen, pays tributes at the War Memorial, interacts with the soldiers posted there, says we are doing our best to make sure that whatever is required by the troops is made available to them. The US and Iran step back from the brink of a possible war. MEA says India would like situation in Gulf region to de-escalate as soon as possible, as we are talking to important players and we are very closely monitoring situation in Gulf region. In sports, Indian star shuttlers Saina Nehwal and PV Sindhu advanced to the quarterfinals of the Malaysia Masters badminton tournament, while HS Pranoy crashes out in the second round. Several parts of North India in grip of cold wave. In Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh, continuous snowfall in hills and rain in some other parts throw life out of gear. Good evening, I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Let's start with our top story. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today interacted with leading economists and entrepreneurs from different fields on economic growth at Niti Aayog in New Delhi. Those present included Union Ministers Amit Shah, Nitin Gadkari, Narendra Tomar and Piyush Goyal. Niti Aayog Vice Chairman Rajiv Kumar and members VK Saraswat, Ramesh Chand and VK Paul, PM Economic Advisory Council Chairman Vivek Debroy, Cabinet Secretary and Secretaries of the Ministry of Finance were also present on the occasion. Private sector participation was from fields like venture capital funding, manufacturing, travel and tourism, apparel, FMCG, real estate, data and financial analytics, besides primary sectors like agriculture and healthcare. In the meeting, PM Narendra Modi called for focused effort from all stakeholders in order to achieve $5 trillion economy. He said idea of $5 trillion economy is not a sudden development and that it is based on a deep understanding of strengths of the country. PM said that the strong absorbent capacity of Indian economy shows the strength of basic fundamentals of the Indian economy and its capacity to bounce back. PM said sectors like tourism, urban development, infrastructure and agriculture-based industry have a great potential to taking forward the economy and for employment generation. PM also said open discussions and brainstorming in such forums lead to a healthy debate and understanding of the issues. The Prime Minister said that this would also foster a positive mood and can-do spirit in the society. Stating that India is land with unlimited possibilities, he requested all stakeholders to do their bit to bridge the gap between reality and perception. Well, moving on, envoys from 15 countries, including US Ambassador to India Kenneth Juster, arrived in Srinagar this morning on a two-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir. The Delhi-based envoys arrived by a special chartered flight at Srinagar's technical airport, where top officials from the newly carved-out Union Territory received them. Later in the day, they will be going to Jammu, the winter capital of the newly created Union Territory. They will meet Lieutenant Governor G.C. Murmu as well as civil society members. Besides the US, the delegation include diplomats from Bangladesh, Vietnam, Norway, Maldives, South Korea, Morocco and Nigeria, among others. Also speaking to media in New Delhi, MEA spokesperson Ravi Kumar said that the visit of the envoys was facilitated by the government and the envoys met security officials, political leaders, civil society groups and the media.
A group of 15 resident heads of foreign missions are on a 2-day visit to the UT of Jammu and Kashmir. This is today and tomorrow. The visit is being facilitated by the Government of India. The envoys who are part of the group are from United States, South Korea, Vietnam, Bangladesh, Fiji, Maldives, Norway, Philippines, Morocco, Argentina, Peru, Niger, Nigeria, Guyana, and Togo.
The MEA spokesperson also said that the objective of the visit by foreign envoys to Jammu and Kashmir was for them to see first-hand efforts to normalize the situation there and termed the criticism that it was a guided tour unfounded.
The objective of the visit was for the envoys to see firsthand the efforts which have been made by the government to normalize the situation, and also, basically to see how things have progressed and how the normalcy has been restored to a large extent since the developments related to Article 370 in August. And there have been several steps which have been taken by the local administration towards that objective.
Amid tensions between the US and Iran over the killing of an Iranian military commander, the MEA spokesperson said that India would like the situation to de-escalate as soon as possible and was in touch with important players in the Gulf region.
Very closely monitoring the situation which is developing rapidly. As we have articulated in the past, peace, security and stability in the region is of utmost importance to us. We have important interests in the region, and we would like the situation to de-escalate as quickly as possible.
Moving on, the Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Narawane visited Siachen, the base camp of world's highest battle today. This is his maiden visit to any forward post after taking the charge as India's 28th Army Chief. General Narawane laid a wreath at Siachen War Memorial to pay homage to the martyrs. He also interacted with the local army officials. With temperatures touching as low as -50 degrees Celsius, the survival itself is a battle in Siachen. Army is guarding the country's boundaries in very hostile environment, braving the enemy as well as the nature.
It is absolutely essential for us to remain ever vigilant and in control of these strategic heights, because they form the key to the rest of the defenses of Ladakh and the rest of J&K. We are aware that everyone operating here is in very tough conditions, inhospitable terrain and weather, and we are doing our best to make sure that whatever is required for by the troops on the ground is made available to them, be it clothing or better rations or better facilities to make their life comfortable.
Moving on, in a massive success, the special cell of the Delhi police busted an ISIS terror module today with the arrest of 3 terror suspects. Police said the 3 were arrested following an exchange of fire in Delhi's Wazirabad area. Last week, a high alert was sounded in Uttar Pradesh that 2 suspected ISIS terrorists may have entered the state via India-Nepal border area.
ख्वाजा मोइनुद्दीन, सैयद नवाज और अब्दुल समद ये आज सुबह वजीराबाद में एक ब्रीफ एक्सचेंज ऑफ फायर के बाद पकड़े गए। इनके पास से 3 पिस्टल्स मिली हैं 9 mm की। 12-13 दिसंबर के आसपास जो 6 लोग भागे थे, उसमें से 3 लोग नेपाल की तरफ चले गए थे। ये लोग नेपाल में रहे और नेपाल से उसके बाद ये दिल्ली में आ गए थे और इनको एनसीआर में, यूपी में कहीं कोई टेरर स्ट्राइक का प्लान बना रहे थे, जिसके लिए इन्हें फॉरेन बेस्ड हैंडलर से इंस्ट्रक्शंस मिलने थे। शुरुआती जांच से अभी ये पता चला है कि ये IS इंस्पायर्ड मॉड्यूल है।
Also in a big relief, fugitive gangster Ejaz Lakrawala, wanted in connection with several cases of extortion attempt to kill and rioting has been arrested by Mumbai police. Lakdawala was apprehended by Mumbai Crime Branch's anti-extortion cell team from Patna. He once worked for underworld don Dawood Ibrahim before forming his own gang. In May 2004, he was arrested by the Canadian police in Ottawa. A few years back, he was believed to be somewhere in North America, although he frequently changed his locations to Southeast Asia as well. A red corner notice had earlier been issued against him.
एजाज लकड़ावाला नाम का गैंगस्टर जो भारत के बाहर से एक्सटॉर्शन कॉल्स देके बम्बई में काफ़ी लोगों को धमकाता था, उसे मुंबई सिटी क्राइम ब्रांच ने कल पटना में अरेस्ट किया। आज उसे कोर्ट के सन्मुख पेश किया गया और 21 जनवरी तक का पुलिस कस्टडी रिमांड इसी केस में प्राप्त किया गया है।
Aam Aadmi Party chief and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today held a press conference. Kejriwal said that CAG had lauded the honesty of Delhi government in its report.
CAG ने दिल्ली सरकार का ऑडिट करने के बाद कहा है कि दिल्ली सरकार पूरे देश की अकेली सरकार है जो नफे में चल रही है और दिल्ली सरकार पिछले 5 साल से नफे में चल रही है और हमारे से पहले दिल्ली सरकार हमेशा घाटे में चलती थी।
Meanwhile, Bharatiya Janata Party also today took out a bike rally in Delhi as part of its campaign for the assembly elections. BJP MP Meenakshi Lekhi flagged off the rally, which was led by the party's state president Manoj Tiwari and leader Vijay Goel. Hundreds of bike-borne BJP workers donning saffron t-shirts followed the leaders from the party's headquarters at Delhi's Pandit Panth Marg. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today held a pre-budget consultation meet with BJP's national office bearers, spokespersons, Morcha members, departments, publications and think tanks at BJP headquarters in Delhi. This meeting was held for discussion before the budget. The meeting shared the feedback from the BJP leaders on important economic issues across the country. The meeting was also attended by BJP Working President JP Nadda, Party General Secretary Bhupendra Yadav, Arun Singh and BJP National Spokesperson and Morcha leaders. Weather update now. A day after snowfall, several parts of Himachal Pradesh, including its capital Shimla, woke up to a sunny morning today, but the Met Department issued a fresh orange warning for heavy rain. Snowfall in the state on January 12th. Most of the middle and high hills of the state, including Shimla, Kufri, Manali, Dalhousie and Kalpa, shivered at below freezing point. 879 roads in the state were blocked after widespread snowfall on Wednesday, and efforts are on to clear the paths. Shimla police has issued an advisory to the public to remain cautious while driving and even moving on foot, as roads might be slippery even after clearing of the snow. The Met Center forecast heavy rain, snowfall in middle and high hills of the state from January 11th to 14th. However, it has issued orange warning for Sunday. The minimum temperature in the national capital dropped on Thursday morning and is expected to dip further over the weekend due to icy winds coming in from the hills. The India Met Department said the city recorded a minimum of 8.4 degrees Celsius, 4 notches less than that recorded on Wednesday. A sunny day is expected ahead and the maximum is likely to hover around 15 degrees Celsius. Winds gusting up to 18 kilometers per hour and rains improve the air quality and disperse fog in the morning. Another spell of rains is expected in Delhi NCR around January 13th and 14th due to a fresh western disturbance. Also, in a major step towards rolling out e-governance initiatives and providing high-speed internet connectivity to Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Communications Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad today launched the laying of submarine optical fiber cable network between mainland India and Andaman and Nicobar Islands at a function held in Chennai. Addressing the function, Ravi Shankar Prasad said various government initiatives have ensured that India has now become a digitally empowered society. The government's aim is to ensure that the poorest of the poor have a stake in the digital transformation of the country.
The foundation of undersea submarine link between mainland Chennai and Andaman Nicobar Islands, a distance of close to 1500 kilometers. It is going to be a marvel of technology. We are linking Andaman Nicobar Island and all the other islands which comprise this great, beautiful Andaman group of islands, to give them good, powerful connectivity.
Also, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana was launched aimed at skilling the youth with industry-relevant skills by helping them secure a better livelihood, with Kaushal Vikas Kendra being set up all across the country to impart training under the scheme. Educated youth in East Medinipur district of West Bengal are also taking advantage of the scheme to learn new skills. Let's have a look at this ground report to see the impact the scheme is having in East Medinipur.
Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana is being implemented across the country to impart industry-relevant training to the youth with an aim to make them independent. Educated youth of East Medinipur district of West Bengal are getting trained in industry-relevant skills under this scheme. Skill development program is being conducted at the Central Institute of Plastics Engineering and Technology under the Union Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers in Haldia. 4 plastic industry-related recognized courses are being conducted at this center, and with financial assistance being provided by Indian Oil, GAIL and other PSUs. The students are getting trained completely free for a job in plastic and allied industries. They are really happy with this initiative of the government.
I am a graduate and my aim is to be independent and stand on my feet. Here I discovered myself and I would like to thank Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana for this.
প্লাস্টিক সম্বন্ধে প্রশিক্ষণ দেওয়া হচ্ছে স্কিল ডেভেলপমেন্ট বিষয়ে
I'm being trained in plastics here. We have got this opportunity under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. I'm learning a lot and benefiting immensely. The teachers are giving us all necessary help. I thank the government for thinking about us and skilling us.
নিলাম নেয়ার পর আমাকে একটা সুযোগ দেওয়া হলো
খুব ভালো লাগছে কারণ
I'm happy to undergo a training here. The teachers are really helpful. They personally guide us and that is benefiting us a lot. We are really grateful for this initiative.
টাইম দিচ্ছেন সেটা সুবিধা হচ্ছে আমাদের
With a target of skilling 10 lakh youth under this scheme by the end of this year, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana is being implemented in full swing across the country. Through Kaushal Vikas Kendras set up in the district all over the country, the scheme is helping youth skill themselves with a renewed confidence to fulfill their dreams and march ahead into a better future. Bureau Report, DD News.
Well, some international news now. The world listened with no small sense of relief to US President Donald Trump's televised address to the nation from the White House Grand Foyer yesterday, in which he talked peace and indicated a de-escalation of tensions in the Middle East. He said that no Americans were harmed in the attack by Iran on US bases in Iraq, asserting that Iran will never be allowed to become a nuclear power and that it should stop support to terror.
In an address to the nation from the White House Grand Foyer, President Donald Trump on Wednesday said that no Americans were harmed in the attack by Iran on US bases in Iraq. President Trump has asserted that Iran will never be allowed to become a nuclear power.
As long as I'm President of the United States, Iran will never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. I'm pleased to inform you the American people should be extremely grateful and happy. No Americans were harmed in last night's attack by the Iranian regime. We suffered no casualties. All of our soldiers are safe, and only minimal damage was sustained at our military bases.
The US president called General Soleimani a ruthless terrorist and asked Iran to abstain from terrorism. The US president asserted that his country is making many hypersonic missiles and it has great military power, which the United States does not want to use.
U.S. armed forces are stronger than ever before. Our missiles are big, powerful, accurate, lethal, and fast. Under construction are many hypersonic missiles. The fact that we have this great military and equipment, however, does not mean we have to use it. We do not want to use it. American strength, both military and economic, is the best deterrent.
Donald Trump further vowed to impose more sanctions on Iran. In a direct message to the Iranian leaders and the people, President Trump said the United States is ready to embrace peace with all who seek it.
As we continue to evaluate options in response to Iranian aggression, the United States will immediately impose additional punishing economic sanctions on the Iranian regime. These powerful sanctions will remain until Iran changes its behavior. Iran can be a great country. Peace and stability cannot prevail in the Middle East as long as Iran continues to foment violence, unrest, hatred, and war.
The US president urged world powers, including Russia and China, to abandon the 2015 nuclear accord with Iran and work towards a new agreement. Meanwhile, Trump said that Iran must abandon its nuclear ambitions and end its support for terrorism. Bureau Report, DD News.
And just a little bit of what happened last night after this address. 2 rockets crashed late last night into the Iraqi capital Baghdad's Green Zone, the high security enclave where foreign embassies, including the US mission, are based. The attack came nearly 24 hours after Tehran launched ballistic missiles at Iraqi bases housing American and other coalition forces in retaliation for the US killing top Iranian general Qasem Soleimani. Just before midnight, 2 loud blasts were heard in Baghdad, followed by the wailing security sirens of the Green Zone. Nobody has claimed responsibility for the rocket attacks yet. Also, Nepal deported 122 Chinese nationals previously arrested of cybercrime. Nepalese officials say that they had violated visa rules as they had illegally overstayed their tourist visas to Nepal. On December 24, 2019, the Chinese Foreign Ministry confirmed that 122 of its citizens had been detained in Nepal, suspected of engaging in cross-border cyber fraud. According to Nepal officials, the Chinese embassy knew about the arrest and had supported the detentions and deportation. Chinese nationals are regularly detained in Asian countries on suspicion of involvement in various illegal activities, often involving fraud back in China. In a move which came as surprising as itself, the royal couple, Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan, decided to step down from their royal position. In a statement given on social media platform Instagram, Prince Harry said that he and Meghan Markle are stepping back from their roles as senior members of Britain's royal family and work to become financially independent. He further added that they are planning to balance their time between the United Kingdom and North America and will also continue to honor their duty to the Queen. Some sports news now. Saina Nehwal and reigning world champion PV Sindhu produced dominating performances to progress to the women's singles quarterfinals of the Malaysia Masters tournament on Thursday. 6th seed Sindhu notched up a commanding 21-10, 21-15 victory over Japan's Aya Ohori in a pre-quarterfinal match lasting just 34 minutes. It was Sindhu's 9th successive win over Ohori. Meanwhile, Saina stormed into the women's singles quarterfinals with a straight game win over South Korea's An Se-young on Thursday. The unseeded Indian, who had won the Indonesia Masters last year before going through a rough patch, dispatched Young 25-23, 21-12 after a thrilling 39-minute contest. This is Saina's first win over the South Korean, who got the better of the Indian in the quarterfinals of the French Open last year. The two-time Commonwealth Games champion will next take on Olympic champion Carolina Marin in the quarterfinals. As thoughts of Australia's fire crisis hung in the air, hundreds of hip-shaking and wig-wearing Elvis Presley impersonators and fans of the late king of rock and roll began their annual pilgrimage to the Elvis Festival in outback Australia. Revelers in their Diamante-encrusted jumpsuits shook, rattled and rolled to several of the king's biggest hits at Sydney's Central Railway Terminal before catching the Elvis Express to the rural town of Parkes. Well, that's all we have on this news bulletin. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.